Hey, welcome to BODHI. My name is Sesa, and you all know BODHI. Today's class is a very short 15-minute yoga for lower back pain. So we will get started just in Sukhasana, crisscross applesauce. You'll come to a seat, crossing at the middle of your shins. Feet stay wide and slightly forward with your knees. Hands can rest on your thighs. Do make sure you find your sit bones so the pelvis and the tailbone aren't necessarily rounding underneath you. Lower back is lifted, the eyes close, and you just land on your breath. So just breathing naturally without changing it, just watching it. And then maybe with every inhale, you take your next breath a little deeper, creating longer breaths. And then wherever you find yourself, together let's let go of a nice long exhale. And then take a deep inhale, fill from the bottom to the top. Hold that breath. And then open up your mouth. Take another long, slow, deep inhale through the nose, holding your breath at the top. And then very slowly exhale. Last one, deep inhale through the nose to hold. And then this time, keeping the lips sealed, you'll just slowly exhale out the nose. And then just keep breathing in and out your nose. Finding a very slow and rhythmic breath. And then if you're with me, you can gently blink your eyes open. You're just going to cup the earth about 6 inches away from your right hip. So straight out to the side of your hip. Twisting, left hand to the outer knee. Try to sit up tall, lifting through the spine. So both sit bones push into the mat and you lift through the lower back. Shoulders descend down. Maybe eventually you look over your right shoulder. If that kinks your neck, you can just look the direction of your chest. But what you want to really maintain is that the head remains neutral on top of the cervical spine. So if you were to imagine you had 2 sets of eyes, the 2 that are on the front of your head and then 2 directly on the back of the head, and both sets of eyes are looking out at a horizon line. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slowly release, and we'll switch sides. Left hand cups the earth behind your hip, right hand to the outer left knee. Both sit bones push down to help jump the spine up, especially the lower back so the pelvis doesn't round underneath you. Because anytime we begin to arch or fold our spine, we kind of lose that ability to twist. Every inhale growing taller, every exhale maybe twisting a bit deeper. Taking an inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and come to center. Switch the cross in your legs. Now you're going to take your right hand and just take it straight out from your hip. Inhale, reach your left arm up towards the sky and begin to crawl your right hand out. Maybe begin to bend your elbow, but make sure that left sit bone never lifts up. So if you need to have the hand pushing into the mat, do so. If your forearm maybe ends up on a block, that's okay too. And then draw that right shoulder slightly forward and make sure you're not collapsing your right rib cage onto that right hip. You want to actually create a little bit of space in your right side body. Now notice how much length you've created in your left side. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to begin to drop your left elbow to the outside of that right knee. And then bring your hands to prayer and we'll take our twist a little further. Pressing into the palms, stacking through the elbows, broadening the collarbones. Make sure you weigh both knees down. Obviously, the right knee is being weighed down by your elbow, so really focus more on the left. Take an inhale. Exhale, belly in, slowly lift your chest. You can come up and out. And then we'll do the other side. Left hand just goes out, straight out from the hip, straight out from the shoulder. Reach your right arm up and begin to crawl your left hand away from your body. Maybe working out down onto the elbow, onto the forearm, resting into the right sit bone, drawing the right side body away from it. So remember, keeping the right sit bone and knee heavy, take an inhale. Exhale, drop the right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Bring your hands to prayer. Press into the palms as you stack your elbows, lengthening through the spine. You can look up, you could look sideways or even down towards the mat. But breathe. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, belly in, slowly lift your chest, come up and out. Now just roll over your shins, plant your hands out in front of you, and we'll step to downward dog. So feel free to pedal out your feet, come up and down on your toes, whatever feels right. Look at the hands, make sure they landed shoulders distance apart. As the heels weigh down, the thighs press back, the hip creases lift up. The triceps wrap towards the earth as the forearms lift forward. And then with an inhale, come forward, high plank. Leaning out, exhale, chaturanga, lower slow, go all the way to the mat. Release the tops of the feet. And then your hands, keeping them in line with your shoulders, I want you to take them wide and just cup the wood on either side of your yoga mat. Keep the elbows bent. So hands are literally just framing the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, begin to peel your head, your chest up off the mat for a variation of cobra, pressing into the tops of the feet, firming through the thighs. Take an inhale. And exhale, slowly let it go. Inhale, peeling your chest up. And exhale, release. So doing this just on your own for about 10 more seconds. Maybe every inhale you peel up a little higher, as long as you don't feel any sharp pains within the lower back. Breathe. And then let's inhale, peel yourself up and pause. Now maybe kind of sway your shoulders side to side. You could even look towards your right as you let your left shoulder kind of dip forward. And then switch. And then coming to center, inhale, lift up. And exhale, slowly let it go. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Press up and back, downward facing dog. From downward dog, let's go ahead and inhale the right leg to the sky. As you exhale, just pull the knee to the chest and gently step next to your right thumb. Drop the back knee, top of the foot down to the mat, and slide that leg back a good 2, maybe even 3 inches. Plant your left hand where it is, reach your right arm up to the sky. Pushing into the left palm, rolling the left shoulder blade down the back, driving the left shin down into the earth, but also energetically straight back. Make sure your right knee stacks with your ankle. Pull the belly to the spine. Take an inhale, maybe twist a bit more. And then exhale, right hand to the mat. Pause, we're gonna pull that front leg straight. So stop when your left hip stacks with your knee. And if that means you have to slide your right foot forward to straighten the leg, do so, and then flex your toes back towards your face. Think of lengthening your spine forward, chest to the toes. Squeeze the inner thighs together and then begin to bend your elbows as you try and work your chest to your knees. Eventually the chin, nose, and forehead might even hit your shins. And then inhale, slowly rebend the knee. Inhale, reach your arms straight up. And then you're gonna flip the palms to face forward and just hook your thumbs. And then imagine pulling your thumbs apart as you hug your triceps in, softening the trapezius, knitting the front ribs in. Pushing into your left shin, take an inhale. And you're just gonna slowly arch over to your right. So a little side stretch here. Make sure your right hip doesn't pop out. You're actually hugging it in. Think of hooking that right sit bone towards your inner left thigh. Breathe. And just like we did it seated, make sure your right rib cage is actually slightly lifting off your hip. And then inhale, come to center. Exhale, hands to the mat. You'll tuck your back toes, step back, chaturanga, or go straight to downward dog. The choice is always yours. How far you take the back bend is up to you. And then once you reach downward dog, we will inhale the left leg high. Exhale, just step the foot next to your left thumb. Drop the back knee, top of the foot, and slide it back a good few inches. Plant into your right palm, reach your left arm up. So pushing down into that right shin, but energetically driving it back. That's going to help allow the hips to sink forward. Make sure the left knee stacks with your ankle. And as you press into your right palm, just notice if your right shoulder is hiking up to the ear, you want to roll the shoulder down the back, giving your shoulder and the neck some space. Top arm doesn't need to pinch behind you, just reaches straight out of the shoulder girdle, and you allow your spine to do the twisting. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Pull your front leg straight. Right hip stacks with the knee. Your left leg might slide forward, but flex your whole left foot. So you actually rock more to the back of your heel. Spine lengthens forward on an inhale, squeezing the inner thighs together. And then exhale, begin to lead your chest to the knee, forehead towards the shin. Connect in with your breath. And then with an inhale, you'll re-bend the knee. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, finding that low lunge crescent. Palms face forward, and you're going to hook opposite thumbs if you can remember. Pull your thumbs apart without actually letting them go. Hug your triceps in. Knit the front ribs together. Take an inhale, reach a little higher. And then exhale, arch to your left. Just a side arch. A lateral movement for the spine. Left sit bone hooks towards the inner right thigh. The right shin still pushes down and back. You're still breathing in and out your nose. And then inhale, lift up to center. Exhale, release your hands down. Tuck the back toes, step back. Chaturanga, taking a vinyasa or just going to downward dog. But once you reach downward dog, just go ahead and take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Hold your breath at the top. And then open up the mouth. Drop to the knees. Cross one ankle over the other. Sit back behind your feet. Bring your legs straight out in front of you. So the legs straight out in front of you, find your sit bones, grabbing one butt cheek, pulling it back, do the same thing to both sides. And then I want you to take your right leg and bring it into Virasana or hero pose. So that right heel is going to come to the outer right hip. Ideally, the top of your foot and shin are down. Now keep that, but you're going to kind of open your knees as far apart as they'll go. So open the right knee as far to the back corner of your mat as it'll go. So you're in like a half Virasana and a half straddled split. Now take your right hand and cup the earth behind your right foot or hip. Left hand to the outside of that right knee. Inhale, lift the spine, and exhale, begin to twist. Left hand will grab the outside of the right knee, lifting and lengthening as we begin to twist open. Again, trying to get both sit bones to root down. If that right hip is hiking way up, you could always sit on a block horizontally is ideal, but then just be careful of the straight leg so you don't hyperextend the knee. So your goal is to keep the direction of the twist. Just bring your left hand and cup the earth inside your left leg. And then begin to crawl that hand down the inner ankle. Maybe drop the elbow inside the knee, but keep lifting that right shoulder to the back of the room. Then reach your right arm up and overhead, palm facing the mat. Reaching for your toes, grabbing them is not necessarily the goal, but finding that long stretch. And you should feel a nice stretch within the lower right side of your back. The QL muscles, the multifidus. Right knee anchors down and back. And then that right hip bone in the front of your body, think of wrapping it forward to the belly button. And then lengthening your left side ribs forward. Knit the front ribs in, and then twist the left side ribs out and up to find a deeper stretch. This is one of my favorite lower back stretches. It's great for all sorts of lower back pain. And then inhale, reach your right arm up and let that pull you back up. Take your right hand to the outside of the right knee, lift it up, slowly bring it forward, and then we'll do the other side. Left heel to the outer left glute, opening the knees far apart. Left hand cups the earth behind your left foot. Right hand grabs the outer knee. Inhale, sit up tall, and exhale, twist. As you twist away from your front foot, flex the toes back towards you, extending the inner thigh away from you. Now remember, the goal is to keep the direction of this twist. Just bring your right hand and cup the earth inside your right leg. And as you crawl down the leg, keep pulling the left shoulder back, and then reach the left arm up and overhead. So the left knee will now anchor down and back, actively pushing it down into the earth and away from your front foot. The left side of your hip actually wraps forward, and it's the right side ribs that lengthen, the front ribs knit in, and then you twist your right side ribs up and out. You should really feel a nice stretch through that lower left side of your spine, obviously along through the lats and even the connective points of the tricep. But breathe. And then inhale, slowly reach your arm up. Let that pull you up. Grab the outer left knee, lift it up, bring it forward. Reach forward, pull the belly, and then just slowly roll all the way down. Once you're flat on the back, rest. You can spread the feet out a little wider. Your arms could fall down the sides of your body. You could even rest one hand on your heart, one hand on the belly, but closing the eyes. And now just allowing every pose you just took be absorbed. Savasana is really where the fruits of our effort are absorbed by every bone, muscle, ligament, tendon, down to every single cell. So let yourself rest. Just like you did in the very beginning, just allow every inhale to become a little bit deeper than the last. Pulling yourself back into the body, bringing more awareness into the wrists, fingers, maybe we're wiggling them out, circling them out, the toes and ankles. Stretch your arms up and overhead. Stretch, take a deep inhale, maybe even let the lower back lift a little, point through the toes, and then gently roll to your right or left hand side. Taking all the time you need before you walk yourself up to a comfortable seat, whatever that is for your body at this time is up to you. Just sitting up tall, you can rest your hands on your knees in your lap or bring them to heart center. But just closing your eyes and landing on your breath. We'll end the class just with one Om breath together. So let's take a nice deep inhale. Om.